All right, let's take a look at the trades. I'm still trying to flush out that DCA stuff out of my system, dollar cost averaging. I did a couple of trades. Fortunately, I didn't get, hurt, but I am trying to get rid of it into my more trendline trading strategy, which we mostly did today, and I'm going to go over this day. But we always have to start with what kind of day it was. All right, let's take a look at the kind of day it was here. Now, right here, basically overnight, it was a strong green candle coming in, strong green candle. And then during the day, it went way, way, way down. And then in the afternoon, it came back up. And that's why you're seeing it. It's sort of kind of on the higher side here at the green candle here. But yeah, it started off high, came way down, and then it came back up, 2/3 of the way here. And that's where it closed. And so I had a trade overnight, a micro in one of my accounts, and it went up, and we did good on it. So I was just in a mental state of long bias because of that one trade. And I have to understand that affected my trading mentality. And so let's take a look at the hourly chart here. You can see how it came up right here. They're in overnight. These candles right here, the overnight candles right here, and it was all the way up here. And then you can see how it just came all the way back down to this level here and finally came up and closed a little higher. And that's what we're looking at. But look at the 4-hour chart. You got the 8 EMA here, the 20, right? And so everything's expanded away from the 50 and the 200. Everything is bearish, right? Bearish. You have to keep that in mind. And I sort of really was trying to go bullish because of my success on the overnight trade. Here's the hourly chart also, I think it's going to start turning upward because price was getting over top of the 8 EMA, and you got the 8 EMA and the 20 right here sort of pinched together. You got the 8 coming around this way, you got the 20 coming right here, they're touching, and then price was coming up like that, and it started to have an empty space. That's why I had this circle here, because this whole area right here was empty and looking like and it pretty much did go up to this moving average area and before coming back down, right? And so there was this room to play, to the upside. But right here in these two pintails right here, and especially on this first red one, it was red looking strong going down. I was still trying to find trend line breaks to the upside instead of waiting for it to come up, over here. Okay, over here, and looking for trend line breaks, right? When price is going up, we're looking for trend line breaks when it comes down to go back up, right? But price has to be going up in order to catch those bullish trend line breaks, right? So when price is going down, though, price is going down like this, and then it comes up this way a little bit, and then price keeps going down, the trend line breaks are not going to work because price is still going down. And this red candle right here, I should have been more aware on the hourly chart how it's going below, it's coming back down this way, right? So I should have waited. All I'm saying is I should have waited. It wasn't the best time to be trying to catch trend line breaks. I should have been trying to catch trend line breaks to the downside because everything was looking down. Let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. How was that looking? Right over here. There you go. This is the area right here of the whole time that I was trying to trend line break, to the upside. It was so choppy. So let's take a look, what happened on the 2000 tick chart. Here's the overnight session. I bought as soon as the market reopened over here. And then I sold when I woke up. I actually woke up, it hit my target right here. I was going for these areas right over here. And that's where it hit. I woke up and I was already sold. And I was like, man, this is going to be a bullish day. And so all these trend line breaks right here, I was over here that I did. Did I have 4 of them again? Or is that the different day? Am I on the right day? Yeah, we're on the right day. Let's take a look at it. That's the same thing as yesterday. We had about 4 trend line breaks. 4 that didn't work, and the one that did work was very, very profitable. So yeah, let's take a look at this. I want you to, when you see this on here, it's a lot going on the chart. So I want to explain, what's going on here. Just picture the first trend line break. So what I'm looking at here for the trend line break, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for price to break the trend line, which it did right here. This first trend line, right? The very first trend line coming down. Before price did anything over here, price broke out of that first trend line right there. Okay, let's make this a little thicker so I can. And what happened? I put my stop underneath, and price immediately came down to my stop. Everything like that's the first failure. And up here at the top, you can see, I got trend line trade stopped out. Okay, so I'm recording on notes on my chart to make sure I can see everything. All right, so I use that pivot right there from the failed breakout to draw my next trend line, right? So we draw the next trend line coming down this way. Oops, sorry about that. It's coming down the other way, and we're waiting for that trend line to be broke next, right? So where does that happen at? Let's take a look at this. Well, before, actually, I drew that trend line, and that didn't get broke until about right over here. And this was, we took one before that though. Right here, right there, that trend line break failed too. So where would my stop be? My stop would be, well, you know what? What happened was I didn't get a chance to take that one yet. You know why I didn't get a chance to take that one? Because I was in this one down here, which I took my profits up there. So that's what happened. I forgot what happened there for a second. So you see how fast price was coming down right here, right? So as soon as the trend line was broke right here, what I did was I went ahead and took long on that trend line break. I got long right there, put my stop underneath the pivot, and I took my profits early, but I took them right about, looks like I took them about right here, right? Okay, I guess I did. And then I waited for these next trend lines to be broken because I drew a trend line coming down this way. I really could have gotten long, honestly. I could have gotten long on this candle right here, but it looks like I got long on this next trend line up here. And pivots was I have a big pivot stop on that one, and it come all the way down, didn't go anywhere, immediately came down. This is the worst trade of the day. As soon as I got in, it came down and stopped me out. No profitable ticks up higher at all. It stopped me out right underneath that pivot, and it would have got me even lower had I had my stop there. So here's another trend line break right here. Okay, here's another trend line break right there. Got in, and it didn't take much. It came all the way down and stopped me out. Yep, you can see it right there, and immediately reversed. Talk about ticking me in for a loss here. I got ticked in. It came all the way down and stopped me out, right? I got in right here. It came all the way down and ticked me out and then reversed. This was tough. This was tough. This was a tough day. Let's take a look at this right here, because, and I'm recording all these up here. Here was a loss. You can see right here. This says loss. This says loss. This says loss. We had a bunch of winners today, and I think my win rate ended up being about 65%, but I started off really, really bad. I had a bunch of trades. I like to trade a lot, but let's take a look at this. I'm going to go ahead and let's move it down a little bit here. So yeah, 3 losses in a row. A lot of people stop trading, but see me, I like to trade, and I know eventually I'm going to get it right. So it doesn't matter to me how many losses I have, because eventually I know the technique eventually will be profitable. So eventually I hit something right here that worked. Okay, so yes, this yellow line right here got in right here, came down and broke. Then I immediately draw this other trend line. As soon as it went yellow right here, I was thinking pivot. It's probably going to break it, came down and stopped me out. Then I drew that pivot as a trend line, got in like long right here, and we held that baby all the way up here, right here. And then the problem was I was up 170 right here. I held it too long. I put my stop from the bottom pivot, wherever that was, from right here to, you see this pintail right here, came all the way down red and then snapped back up. I said, okay, that looks like that's going to hold right there. So I moved my stop loss above break even and into a couple of tick profit, and I said that's probably going to keep going. And sure enough, it came all the way down, and I made like $7 on it instead of 170. if I would have took profits up there. And then I said, this is the kind of day it's going to be, I think. So as soon as this took profits right here, this trend line break right here, as soon as that broke right there, I started taking profits faster. I said, I'm not going to let it come back down. All right. And then let's see what happened here. Trend line break right here too. I don't know where my trend line is for that, but I don't know why I don't see the trend line break. No, that's because it was a breakout. I was playing the breakout here a little bit more than a trend line break on right here, the breakout. And then I got back in for this consolidation, barely made a profit up to here on that. So yeah, I got in here, got out here, got back in here, and got out back up here. So that's 2 trades right here on this breakout that were winners, right? Including this winner here. So now you got 3 winners in a row. So still trying to figure out what happened here. This looks like a trade right here. Let me take a look at what's going on here. I did kind of slip into DCA trading for a couple of trades, right? And well, here's a trade right here. Yeah, I think I started DC trading right here, actually. Yeah, I got to record that better. This particular trade right here, I got in right here. I don't have any notes on it. Now I just saw that and got out up here. And I held through all this pullback area right here. And so I think this was a DCA trade, dollar cost averaging trade. I'm trying to get that out of my system. I'm swearing it off. I'm telling it, I don't want to trade that way anymore. But I still have a little bit of that in me. So I did a couple of those today. And then I went right back to discretionary trading over here, which didn't amount to anything because I certainly didn't have the patience to hold it. I didn't really execute these trades right here. This is 5 different trades right here. I need to make sure I pay attention in this video of that kind of mentality, the mental struggles that I was having. Very important, right? So I mean, each one was very teeny tiny little profit. I didn't want to hold. I wanted to take a little profit. I didn't think it was going anywhere. I said, let me just get out of it for a little tiny profit, right? And then it goes up, right? So the rest of these, here's a trend line trade that worked. Break the trend line and got out up here at the top where the circle is right here. And then after that, or got out right here. See, I got to hold longer, man. That's one of my main problems. I want to hold longer, but then on the other hand, you know, I should have took those profits at $170, right? So here's some DCA trading that all worked out, but I don't care if it works. It's a bad technique. Dollar cost averaging is very bad, and I don't want to do that on the regular. It's very bad. And so I'm trying to get away from it and go right back to my trend line strategies. Okay. So what do we have here in terms of, you know, the stats? Okay. So with the trend line trading strategy, you know, we're doing okay. We have, I think this win rate's going to go down, to be honest with you, because, you know, even if it's a 50% win rate, I don't mind. As long as I can hold my trades better, I know I can at least get 50% of these trades to work for me. Now the real challenge is going to be, you know, can I hold the winners longer than the losers? And that's going to be, you know, if I get a 60% win rate, I know I'm going to make money. So it's a little early to really tell right now. I did have a drawdown of about $200 today, and we did come back and break even. So it was not a profitable day, but it's better than, you know, the DCA that I was doing. Look at on, you know, dollar cost averaging did this, and my dollar cost averaging account is like this. I mean, huge losses, and you know, 24,000, and it's all the Apex accounts. I'm keeping track of all the ones I blow, so I know how much I really would have lost in real money. It's not real money yet. I do have a real money account that's going up slowly. I'm taking very careful trades on that. I'm not dollar cost averaging in my real money accounts, but with the Apex accounts, I was dollar cost averaging, and that's what these were right here. Look at all these losses. Terrible. Now that I'm not dollar cost averaging, though, we have it more. It looks more like this, and the win rate is like this. We're only up 1,700, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it works out. Here's my first loser of the month. It's only 46 cents, and that includes commissions. After all those trades, all that commission, all those tradings, all those losers, these are not the DCA trades. I put them in a different account. I put the DCA, dollar cost averaging trades that I do, separate those into that account. I keep the trendline trades and discretionary trades with stop losses separate, so I really know what the stats are on that. And right now, that's what we have. So, all right, so that's today's trading. It's Friday. We'll see you Monday. Hopefully, we're going to get better and better with the grace of God. We'll see you. Have a good weekend. Talk to you later. Peace.